So we have Minister Anand with us, and Minister is always, happy to give message to our community. So there are a couple of issues we are going to talk to Minister. First, Minister, thank you so much. There was issue of auto theft, and federal government has taken such a strong measures now to stop it.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Auto theft is an issue all over Canada, in particular in the GTA and in Montreal, where I was yesterday. And so we convened a national summit to combat auto theft. And we brought together the important stakeholders from law enforcement, from the auto industry, from the insurance industry, from Canada Border Services, as well as frontline police officers and municipal, federal, and provincial territorial governments. And we agreed at that summit that we will all work together to make sure that we are combating auto theft. 1,800 vehicles were intercepted by the CBSA last year alone. And indeed, just last week, a number of other vehicles were intercepted. Dominic LeBlanc and Pablo Rodriguez announced additional funding to combat auto theft yesterday, in fact, about $15 million. And some of that is going to go towards Interpol and information sharing with international partners, because we know that some of these vehicles are leaving Canada, and we need to be coordinating with international partners. So there is a lot of work underway, Raj, to make sure that we are combating auto theft in every way possible.
Okay. Government has now decided that any international student coming here, provinces will make sure, or the institution, that they have accommodation as well. I mean, they so I hope this will solve some part of the housing problem. You think so?
So the federal government initiative that I think you're referring to is the decision by Minister Miller to cap the number of international students coming into Canada. And then the provinces will make decisions about where to allocate those spaces for international students. And at the same time, Minister Fraser is entering into agreements with municipalities across the country, Brampton being one of them, Mississauga being another, to make sure that there is direct money flowing from our Rapid Housing Initiative to municipalities for more affordable housing.
Wonderful. And when you were Minister of Defense, lots of announcements were made, and Canada is always at the front to help Ukrainians, and lots of funding. One of them was $39 million announcement that 21,000, I think, rifles will be provided to them. Anything, there are a couple of other things that are in the pipeline. So I met a lot of Ukrainians, and they keep meeting us. Anything update on that?
Well, as you know, Canada has committed to continue to support Ukraine in the short and the long term until it wins this war, because it's fighting not only for its own sovereignty, but for democracy in total. And so we've donated military aid, we've donated humanitarian aid, and economic aid to make sure that even after that war is over, that we are participating in the rebuilding of Ukraine. And we are coming up to the second anniversary of the illegal and unjustifiable invasion by Russia of Ukraine. And Canada will continue to stand in solidarity with Ukraine, and of course in support of the rules-based international order.
Anything, if you don't mind, can update on those announcements? It's 1 year time?
It's been 2 years now, and we've donated lethal aid as well as non-lethal aid, and I know that we will continue to be there with additional items.
Okay, whatever announcement has been made. Okay, so last thing, for the community, there was some issue of extortion. I'm sure on that front also, government has done a lot of things. There is a joint force now, task force now, and people are quite relieved now. So I just want to make sure, just to share with you that whatever announcements or whatever measures are being taken by the federal government now, people are quite happy with that.
Well, that's good to hear.
Yeah.
I know that my colleague, Minister Dominic LeBlanc, he's the Minister of Public Safety,
Yeah.
is taking the issue of extortion extremely seriously because it is such an important issue, as he is with organized crime behind auto thefts. These are very serious public safety issues and they require serious responses, and that's exactly what our government will continue to ensure occurs, especially through Minister LeBlanc.
Minister, you have been always such a champion of our community, and I always, whenever we talk, it's a pleasure to talk to you, and trust me, you have such a big respect in the community.
That's very nice of Parvasi. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
And it's very nice of you to make the trip to Oakville.
Yeah.
I will say that we have a number of excellent restaurants and businesses here too, so it's great to see you in this area.
Thank you so much, and it's always a pleasure and honor to talk to you.
You too. Take care.
Thank you.
Namaskar.